Okay. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wheeze Cast, episode 4. Today, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into episode 3. We had over 100 views, which was amazing. That video was crazy. It was really fun. Thank you for the applause. It's kind of sad though we didn't hit 15 subscribers because we said we were going to give Monkey's car away if we hit 15 subscribers.
Oh, fuck.
But if we hit 15, I think we kind of mentioned it like at the 56-minute mark. So don't forget, if we hit 15 subscribers, we're going to give away Monkey's car. Also, we're going to have a thumbnail soon. I promise. I know it looks really shady every time you click on the video. But we're gonna have a thumbnail soon. I have someone working on it. So, without further ado, I would like to. Oh yeah, Arthur is back. He's alive. Arthur, say hello.
And girls.
And boys and girls.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone.
Dude, talk louder. Talk louder.
Okay.
Louder?
Yeah, louder.
Louder?
Yeah, that's actually really
Is
good.
this loud enough?
That's loud enough.
Is this loud enough?
No, that's too loud.
Is this loud enough?
That's too loud.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but Arthur's back, and we have our second guest here today, Cinema. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello.
please introduce
Cinema.
yourself. Cinema.
Hi, I'm Cinema, and I like films. Not really, but
What kind of films? What's your favorite movie?
oh, my favorite movie is The Matrix by far. So good, so cheesy.
It's a good movie.
I love it.
I never actually finished it.
Really?
Disrespectful.
It was way too smart for me.
Jack, you need to talk.
I mean, it's
Arthur,
not-
you need to talk louder.
Is this loud?
No. Cinema, you're fine. Arthur is not talking loud enough.
Oh,
I'm not.
Yeah, you like kind of whispering a little bit.
Is this good?
That's good. That's perfect.
Okay, because I need to just turn up my mic because I'm like screaming into my headphones.
Yeah. So, Cinema.
that's
As
my name.
always, we'd like to. Well, first, me and Arthur, I guess on the first podcast, we actually kind of brushed over this a bit, but we talked about how we kind of first met, right?
All right, is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
So, if you want to talk about how we all first met, go ahead.
Oh, good.
Oh, this is funny stories.
So, I first met Arthur because back in like kindergarten and first grade, we didn't really have any other friends beside each other.
Damn, you guys
So
go that far
we
back?
would,
That's fair.
oh yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, I've known him for forever. And he would, I would tell him to go spy on kids, and he was a part of the SSP.
What?
I don't want to disclose what SSP stands for.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And we also had another person who is a certain tall human being who everybody should know who that is. Like,
Slenderman.
There's so many tall human
yes,
beings.
literally. Okay, but think about the tall human being that I am like brothers with.
Damn, you guys go
You
that
know.
far back?
Oh yeah, I've known them for forever.
Jeez, bro. Wow.
And then I met you, 6th grade. You were my locker buddy, and I would bum pencils off you literally every freaking day.
Dude, we had like pencil drug deals every single day. It was like insane.
Literally, dog. Because I would just like, I would look over and I'd be like, "Hey, bro, can I borrow a pencil?"
You know what's
My
crazy?
little
At one point,
ball
I
out.
I found it so funny because I didn't know anybody from the other school, right? You were like the first person I met. So I was like
Yeah.
from the other school, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go buy pencils because this kid's actually funny. Maybe we'll become friends. So like 2-3 months into 6th grade, I went to like Walmart and bought like a shit ton of pencils. That's how I never ran out of pencils to give you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm like, I never told you
that's
this, but
sweet.
like, I'm not even joking. Like, that's what I did. I was like, dude, this guy is like, you were actually like funny, right? You get what I mean? A lot of kids in middle school like are like kind of whack, right?
Yeah.
But you were actually a funny
Yeah.
dude, and I was like, bro, this guy, This guy's gonna be something like we're gonna be homies, and then look at us now, bro.
Literally though, although we didn't really start becoming like good friends until like freshman year.
Exactly, yeah, because we weren't locker buddies 7th and 8th grade, which was kind of depressing.
Yeah, that sucked. Wait, remember? Well, I don't want to say his name, but remember the other guy on the other side of me
Oh my god,
on 6th grade locker?
what was the first letter of his like first name?
R. He was from like the Netherlands, I think.
Dude,
Had
yes.
a real thick accent.
Netherlands?
Dude, I miss.
Ooh.
Dude, he's such a legend. Everybody misses him so much.
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
He went back. His family didn't
For-
like it here,
wait,
so they went back to the Netherlands. Yeah, I'm not even
Can't say I
joking.
blame him.
They hated it so much over here. They just went back.
Dang. Did he ever get bullied? I don't know. I only ever like saw him in one of my classes.
No,
so I
he
don't
was
really know him.
he was friends with a lot of people we hang out with today. Actually, like our whole group chat, right?
Oh yeah.
He was
yeah.
actually friends with a lot of those kids, and he
Mhm.
enjoyed it kind of over here. But I guess his parents didn't like the environment because, dude, Europe is a whole different place compared to Kansas. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, that's a completely different ballgame.
Kansas is a
I
whole
know
nother.
people in Europe.
Yeah, Kansas is a whole nother planet compared to like the places these people are coming from.
Yeah, like, ooh, I actually know 2 people, and I keep in close contact with 2 people over in Europe.
Yeah, it's like they just have so much stuff over there that's like I'm not gonna say it's better or like worse.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
saying it's like a completely different culture over there. But dude, that kid was
Oh
so
yeah,
nice.
it's like a culture shock. Yeah, he was for real. And like, I'm not gonna lie, his like jokes were really bad, but like I laughed at them because I thought he was so cool. So
Yeah,
I still have no idea who you guys are talking about.
we need to
and I
figure
went
out
to
what happened to
school-
that kid, bro.
should I look him up on Instagram real quick?
Look him up on Instagram.
Just see if I can.
I mean, cinema or Hamza.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's okay. It's okay. I think we've already reached the
Everybody-
point where people probably clicked off the video. Yeah, it's 7 minutes.
did you text me the name of this person? I don't know who.
I forgot. I forgot. I know who he's talking about. I forgot the kid's name.
But I do not remember anyone from the.
I mean, I like.
from the Netherlands.
Is there any chance that he's gonna see this?
No, probably not. He probably doesn't even remember me, of all people. I know he's not going to remember me. He's going to remember you, most likely.
Yeah, because like him and I would talk often, but crud. Can I say it or like should I not?
God.
Go ahead. He's in the
Yeah,
Netherlands, bro. If he
okay.
sees this, shout out to him.
He's in the Nether. He's in the Nether.
Uh, His name was Renz. I don't remember his last name, but it was like Renz.
Yeah, Renz.
How do I not know this person?
We'll find him on Instagram.
I don't know.
We'll stalk him real quick.
Where? I don't remember his last name. I just looked up Renz and like, what am I gonna get from that? Literally nothing.
There's always that one kid that knows, like, remembers everybody. Or like has
Yeah,
them.
for real.
But he left when? 8th grade or 7th grade?
I thought he left right after 6th grade.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because everybody started getting their phones like 7th grade. That was like kind of
Right.
our grade's thing, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
came exactly when people started getting phones. He left when people started getting phones. Damn.
Yeah. I got my first. Yeah, what's up?
Do you remember 8th grade football?
Oh, good times. Actually, not good times. I don't know if he's gonna be watching this, and I extremely
Dude,
doubt that.
Leonard-
I hated our coach.
You're gonna love this, Leonard. I'm sure that he's watching.
Was it Coach?
Mhm.
Was it the guy from?
They were all.
Was he the guy who also was the basketball coach for the B team?
Yeah, he was one of the basketball coaches.
Dude, that guy was
Man.
he was my basketball coach.
There was like
He was
three.
a terrible football coach.
He was the best basketball coach. Okay, you guys tell your story first. I'm gonna tell you something really funny about basketball with that guy.
Okay, like literally a day before our first game is when he finally gave us the playbook, and he just expected us to memorize all the plays with no practice prior of any of these plays. He was just like, "Here's the playbook, go learn it." I mean, we won our first game 54-0, so
I
like, it
remember
wasn't-
that.
Oh my god! What?
smoked them.
Then we
Yeah.
got like destroyed for the next like 3 because we went 4-3, right? Or no, 3 and
I
4.
went 3 and 4.
3 and
yeah.
4. But I vividly remember that last game because it
Oh,
was
yeah.
like it was like quadruple overtime. And
Oh yeah, no, it was so fun.
we were like on defense on like the 1 yard line, and we finally managed to like win. and I remember
Yeah.
running to the locker room.
I
'Cause
did.
I remember I hated it at the time, but looking back, it was so fun.
No, do you guys?
Yeah, I would. Back.
No, go
Sorry, what were
ahead,
you
Cinema.
saying?
Go ahead.
Oh no, it was just like I like wanted to quit so much just because the coach sucked and like it just was not fun. But
Yeah.
I didn't because I really wanted to like finish something out, and I'm happy I did because I had a good time even though I didn't do anything. But like, you know,
Dude,
Were
I mean, I
you-
played safety. I played safety like every.
I was the
snap.
only center, so like
Yeah.
I started out. I could not even hike the ball, but like I would just go in the backyard with my dad. I learned it, and then I was fine. I didn't ever because at the beginning
Yeah.
I was horrible.
No,
but
were
by
you
end,
guys
like,
the
I was
team
fully
that, like,
competent.
after like the first 3-4 days of practice? I swear to God, 5 or 6 dudes walked into my like computer classroom, right? And they had concussions. All 5 of them had concussions, and they were from your team. They were
Oh my
all-
god, yeah, we had so many injuries.
They were wearing. They were. They were like. You guys were talking so much. I
Yeah.
remember you guys were talking like all this shit. You guys are like, we're gonna be the best team, right? And I was just laughing it out. And then like 3 days later, 5 or 6 dudes walk into my computer class with like glasses on, right?
I actually remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all had concussions, and we kept on, especially this one kid, we kept on like messing with him. We're like, dude, just take off your glasses and look directly at the light. Like nothing's gonna happen. You just think you have a concussion.
Just look directly into the sun.
There's like you don't have a concussion. You're just telling yourself. And he like almost like he was like kind of a gullible kid, so he probably like believed us at one point. But yeah, you guys were actually no. I remember because the kid that was your quarterback, right? Wasn't the
Oh
whole-
my god, he should have been on A team.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I heard he
he
like
should've.
at
He was
heard-
the only good player.
Yeah, I heard he got robbed of like A team. What happened to the poor guy? He's such a nice.
I don't know.
better-
I literally think
better
that like, yeah, A team was just filled with better athletes, and they were like, well, we have to give B team like a competent player. So
Yeah.
they were just like, here, sorry,
Yeah.
you have to get thrown to the wolves with this shitty ass team.
The same
I
coach.
remember.
No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Our biggest problem was our like line, because like
Yeah.
I was always like right in the middle, and like just they wouldn't do anything. It was so frustrating. Because,
Yeah,
like,
I heard you guys get it. I heard you guys like would just stand around and like do nothing during like the games. Do you get what I mean? Like you guys,
like
are,
I
Yeah.
mean,
you
I
guys are
was
just wandering.
I
Like,
was in
lost
on-
souls.
I was in on. I was a center, so I was in on pretty much.
Oh yeah, you
every
had to do a lot of
play
stuff.
on
Yeah.
offense and defense, and I mean, I got better. I wasn't like I was a big guy, so I was able to hold my own.
No,
but
I-
it's like half the
I
half the
heard that
teams
one
did not
kid.
even
I heard that one
try.
kid like caught the sickest like. He was like he caught the sickest like throw like it was. I think he was playing like wide receiver or something. Whatever. I don't know all the football terms, but that quarterback he threw it like really far, and the kid caught it right, and he was in like pure
Yeah,
shock
but-
that he was in pure shock that he caught the ball.
Yeah.
And he could have actually made a play. Like he could have actually made like a 30-yard, 40-yard rush, but he was so in shock that he just stood there. And apparently he got tackled so hard, he got like the guy like picked him up and threw him over his like back.
I don't remember that.
Because I remember this
I
one
don't
kid.
remember
This one
that
kid
either,
broke his
but-
leg. He broke his leg in your team.
What?
Yeah, this one kid like either messed up his leg or broke it, or he got a concussion. It's something. I remember him mentioning something about his
A
leg,
concussion probably.
and it led to something bad. But I remember like
everyone got
Oh.
a concussion.
that was such a big meme.
I
Oh my God.
hated it. I hated the freaking like conditioning we had to do at the end of practice. So oftentimes I would just fake a knee injury so I wouldn't have to run.
What? I remember that you would like take a knee on the side.
It's so funny.
Listen,
So
I'm
Parker,
not.
you're right. And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry.
I
I'm good
sold it
tomorrow."
though. I sold it. Like I did a great job. And
I believe
it
you.
got to the point where I just stopped playing offense in the games because we never threw the ball, and they didn't put me in a running back ever, so I just stopped playing on offense.
Do you guys 8th grade PE during football season? What happened was my parents they didn't want me playing football, right? Because like because of like the concussions and everything, right? And obviously I had no experience, so I was probably gonna get a concussion. So I listened to them. I'm like, yeah, you guys are right. So then I played basketball instead. But I remember during football season in PE, we were like just playing flag football or something, right? And whoever was the QB threw the ball, and I caught like a pretty large, like long, like throw, right? And then their PE teacher, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was looking at me
Yeah.
and he like approached me. I was really fat back then too. I don't know if you guys remember this, right? So he like comes up to me. He like comes up to me and he's like, why aren't you on the football team? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm not even good. And he's like, no, who cares? You could have been on B team. You're kind of big. And I'm like, dude, just call me fat already. Like, no, but what was crazy was he asked me. He's like, so why aren't you on the team? And then I pointed at the kid who had a concussion who was sitting on like the rail. Because he couldn't play football and he had a concussion. And what was funny was the kid who was sitting on the ground he had his glasses on, and I swear to God, this kid was napping during PE because you couldn't tell if his eyes were closed because he was wearing sunglasses, right? And that was just I still remember that he was asking, and it literally felt like it was like the NFL draft that day. I'm not even joking. He was approaching random kids. That weren't on the football team because B team. Because I know you guys were like bad, but I think they wanted like more players or something, right? Something weird happened because of all the people getting concussions. So it was literally the NFL. If you caught the ball that day, he thought you were like Jamal Charles. Like it was the funniest thing ever. And that same
One of them.
yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say that like one of our biggest problems, from what I remember, is that everyone is just too small. Like on the line, that was the line. The line was so bad. Like I was the biggest guy, and I'm not that big.
There was a game where they put me in at tight end, and I don't know if you guys know, but tight ends are supposed to be big and strong.
Yeah, you were
5'3".
Oh my God,
120.
How'd you not die? I heard
They would put me in
you guys went against a school that had like pretty thick dudes. I remember this.
It was.
There was one game actually. We were playing an undefeated team, and I'm pretty sure we were the only team to score on them the whole year. And we were so close to upsetting them, but then our coach called a pass on the 3-yard line and like did some like Seahawks shit in the Super Bowl.
Oh my God!
And
Yeah.
our QB, I mean, he was good, but he threw an interception. So.
Oh
just
damn!
terrible.
Poor guy. No, you know that same coach you guys had for football? He was my basketball coach, right? This is the funniest thing to happen.
I remember.
So you were on my team, right? Or were you on B2?
No, I was on B2. You were on what, B1?
B3.
Or B3?
And that was
B3 was like the good.
Yeah, B3 was the big meme because it was like all the guys who didn't make A team got put into B3, and because I was the tall guy, right? Because that's when I was hitting my like my first growth spurt. I was like, I think the other guy who was like tall and brown who made A team was like an inch taller than me, right? At the time, right?
Yeah.
So they put him on A2.
Yeah.
And they put me on B3. I wasn't even mad that I was on B3. I was happy. I was like, dude, I don't have to do any work, right? But the problem was, since I was tall, they made me play the guy in the center. You know what I'm talking about? Who has to stay in the box and has to like put his arms up, right? So you just see this tall dude who has no idea what he's doing, is putting his hands up. So, but what was funny is, remember, I was so bad at basketball, I couldn't like shoot a free throw without jumping. Remember that?
Oh my God, that's tough.
And dude, I remember you called me out on it, but you didn't say it in a mean way. You called me on it like, dude, I can help you out and we can improve this. And you actually during practice helped me out. So then I would go home, and on my basketball hoop, I started like practicing free throws like at home, and it got to the point where like the whole joke on my team and in the little brown community over here too was 6 point. My joke was I only scored 6 points that whole season. But I swear to God, if you open up the records, I probably had like 250 assists because I was so tall that the coach was like, okay, see, this guy's really tall, so all you're gonna do is just throw the ball to him because he's taller than all these short kids, and he's just gonna chuck the ball to whoever's open, right? And that was our game plan, and it worked. It worked all the way through the season, and we lost 2 games. The 2 games we lost were because the guy who was like our point guard, who was actually good, was sick both of those days. And what happened was the 4th point I scored that whole season, right? So like my second layup, I guess you could say. That your guys' football coach, he made us do a football play on a basketball court. I'm not even joking. He told me, he said, he looked at me in the eyes. He's like, son, because he didn't know my name, so he probably gonna say like he's like Muhammad, like some shit, like racist shit. He looked at me in the eye. He's just like, he looked at me in the eye.
Name in the world.
He looked at me in the eye and he's just like, "You're gonna." The second they blow that goddamn whistle, he actually cursed. He actually cursed. I was so scared that day. He's like, "The second they blow that goddamn whistle, you're running to the other side of the court, and the point guard is chucking the ball to you." And you're gonna catch that. So you're gonna catch that. You're gonna catch that son of a bitch, and you're gonna do a layup, and you're gonna make the whole team proud. And I looked at him in the eye, and I looked at my like. I wish I could just look at myself in the mirror that day because I was genuinely scared. The whole team was looking at me, right? And we went through with that play, and we beat the school, and we upset the team that was undefeated, right? That wasn't the game-winning play, but that was like it set us up to like get the lead, right? And I remember everybody like popping off because they just like, dude, Muhammad actually did it. Like all the white parents were just like, dude, Muhammad actually did it. And what was crazy?
All of that.
And he was the football coach, which made it even funnier because everybody was talking about it. Because the guy who was your quarterback was also on my basketball team because he got robbed of A-team too.
So bad for him, man.
Yeah, he got robbed also.
Deserves better.
Yeah, but dude, that was so funny. I miss that guy. I want to meet that guy again and be like, dude, you talk some shit into Muhammad. I can actually play basketball now.
Okay,
Yeah.
what was this coach's name? Because I don't remember. I remember they had like three
I remember
coaches.
it. I could text you it.
Yeah, just text me.
All right. I remember I got made fun of by my social studies teacher during basketball season. Every single day. I'm pretty sure you, Arthur, you were in my social studies class, right?
8th grade?
Was that the guy who sounded like Darth Vader?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he would make fun of me every day. Like, hold on, I gotta think for a second, but like,
Are you talking about the guy or the girl?
the guy.
Oh, I didn't have the guy. Raspy voice, man.
Yeah.
I didn't have them, but I know what you're talking about.
He was my cross country coach. I'll tell you something about cross country in 7th grade. Oh my god. All right, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I remember there was one game we were having just a terrible game, and I was having a terrible game, as I usually did. I've never been too outstanding at basketball, but we were down by like 20 points, and I got the ball, and I hit a three, and that was the first points of my game, those were my first points of the game, and that was also the first three I like had made ever.
Oh my god, I remember this.
Yeah,
dude.
and I was so hyped. Like, I mean,
dude, the crowd went crazy for you. That was the most hype thing.
Yeah, but like we were still down 17. So then the next possession comes around. I get the ball. We were like on a fast break, and I was still at half court. So I got the ball, and I don't know what prompted me to do this, but like from half court, I just shot that bitch, and I airballed it. Like, if I would have put a little more muscle into it, I probably would have made it. But like, I just airballed it. There was like 3 minutes left. I didn't have to shoot it at all. We were gonna lose anyway, so I might as well just.
But you just did it for the culture. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, coach took me out, and he was just like, maybe next time try to get a little bit closer. And I was like, sorry, coach. I thought I was Jimmer Fredette. He's a basketball player. And then the next day in class, this little social studies teacher, he was talking about some history shit like usual. He was like, guys, that's like making a 3-pointer from right there and then going and shooting a shot from half court. And like, I knew exactly who he was fucking talking about, and my head just stunk, and he stared at me. The whole class stared at me. I was embarrassed. And then every single day, he would just joke about me shooting 3-pointers, and you know what? Shit hurt. That whole basketball season.
Do you know that same
my coach would make fun of me too?
No, that same history teacher. I was in 7th grade cross country, right? Okay, so just imagine this fat ass brown kid, right? It's fucking. I was fat, okay, and I was in cross country because my parents.
You were not fat.
No, I was like chubby because I didn't hit my growth. But like 7th grade was when I was like fat, like short, kind of chubby, right? So my parents actually started getting worried, and so they're like, okay, let's put him in cross country. Maybe he'll lose a lot of weight, okay? Which wasn't a bad idea. I actually kind of enjoyed it. But what was funny was the only kid that was with me that I talked to. I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm gonna text you his name later, and you'll understand the whole like thing better. But it was funny because we would purposely, when we were like running, because we'd warm up with we would like just run like miles every day, right? Like we would just like run in a line. We'd go around, the neighborhood that's right next to the school. We just run around the lake right there and like do a few like laps or whatever. What happened one day was, he caught us slacking, the history teacher, right? And
He caught you booing.
he caught us. Yeah, he caught us. And then we were just running around the track. But me and the kid that I was with, we would just start walking, right? And then when a huge crowd would come by, we'd start running with the crowd. But when the crowd would like lap us, kind of. I'm sorry. So we would walk when we would just walk in general. But when the huge crowd would come, we'd start running with them, right? But when we got to the point where we felt like he wasn't looking, we'd slow down and let them lap us and just start walking again, right? So apparently he caught us while we were like doing our little thing, right? So when we finished, I think it was like 4 or 5 laps, right? I'm exhausted, by the way. And then we get there, and he calls us both over. He's like, both of you. And he doesn't even say like a meanish way. He got like a passive-aggressive way. He's like, both of you, if you guys aren't going to stop messing around and treating my, like, what do you call it, practice session as a joke, you both got to go home right now. And me and that kid didn't even hesitate, bro. We just called our moms on the spot and we left. We didn't even hesitate. We just left because we both didn't have it. I would text you this kid's name, but
Can you text me?
Yeah, I'm gonna text you this kid's name, but we didn't even care back then because like we didn't have him as a history teacher. So he gave us the option. We're like, I bet we're leaving right now. And later when I was going home and I was sitting in the car, I remember my mom asking me. She's just like, bro, like, why is everyone still running and you guys aren't running? I'm like, oh no, that's A team,
bro.
And then they're just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because they remember, because they've heard about that stuff before. So they're like, oh, that makes sense. I texted you guys the names, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, forgot about that kid.
Yep.
Oh my god, I wonder what he's doing nowadays.
Oh,
Hey, Leonard, I've got to tell a story about you skipping out on something too.
oh yeah. That's the
remember
legendary story.
Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite stories.
I'm intrigued.
So, this is junior year AP Lang,
Oh boy.
and me and Leonard sat by each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so Leonard says, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, bye. And a period of time passes, and I wasn't really thinking about it. I had to go to the bathroom too.
It was half an hour,
So
by the way.
I was.
It was
So I
half an
go ask
hour.
the teacher if I can go to the bathroom. She's like, can you go find Leonard for me? And I was like, what? But so I went to the bathroom, and I'm looking for Leonard, and like all the stalls are closed, but I see like some like a pair of shoes on one of the stalls.
Yeah.
I'm like, Leonard, are you in there? Oh, they didn't say anything. So I was like, oh no. So I just left, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of was looking around the hallways like, I don't know where else he's gonna be.
Yeah.
Gonna go back, and like in front of like the whole class, the teacher asked me, he's just like, did you find him? And I'm like, no. So she immediately, without doing anything else, just like lunges for the phone and like calls the office. And I just like sat down. I was like, okay. And then like sort of right, like I don't know, 5 minutes after that, Leonard walks in, and in front of the whole class, she like confronts him. And you can take over here. Tell him what you said.
Okay, so we're gonna backtrack a bit. Okay, so when she called the office, she called the cops. Okay, now what you need to keep in mind is that the person, like my real name, right? There's also another kid that has the same name in our school, right? You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I
he's
know.
had some trouble. He's had some trouble in the past. So they thought they were talking about him, right? So they caught this kid, and by the way, this kid is a kid in the lift room, right? Like he's like.
Oh yes.
And I felt really bad for this kid. Like I later went and apologized to him, but they got this kid because they thought he was the one causing the trouble. So they kept him in the office, right? And then what was crazy about it was Arthur texted me. He's just like, dude, she called the office and they're looking for you, right? So on my way back, on my trail of tears, basically 5 minutes, like I was walking back to the classroom, right? I was with another kid and we were like discussing our little game plan of how, because he wasn't in the classroom, but he was like giving me advice. He's like, dude, you just got to say this, say that, and say this. And 3 months prior, I did something to help someone out. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to retell that story when I get to the classroom, right? So I begin to realize that the school doesn't really know who I am because I've been such a goody two-shoes. They're going to catch the other kid. So I realized I had enough time to think about the game plan. So as I was walking back to class, I checked my phone again to make sure he hasn't said anything, and Arthur didn't say anything. So I was like, okay, I'm in the clear. They don't know. The cops don't know it's me, right? I walk in the classroom, and this is where, like, you know, she confronts me in front of the entire class. This is a class of what, like 30 students, Arthur?
30 kids, yeah.
30 kids, right?
Yeah.
So, and the way the desks were separated was like 15 kids on one side, 15 kids on the other side. So there's like a little walkway, right? So it literally looked like a movie. It literally felt like a movie scene where like you like approach the bad guy, and the bad guy's like, yo, I've been waiting for you, dog. Right? So she's just standing there, like menacingly, looking at me, and she's just like, so Leonard.
Wait, side note, she was like one of my favorite teachers ever, like the kindest person ever, but Leonard and just didn't get along with her.
Yeah, I just didn't get along with her. And
she really liked me, but she didn't like that I was hanging out with Leonard.
Yeah, so well, yeah, what's crazy is I remember looking, I made eye contact with Arthur, right? And I was like half disappointed, half like it was the funniest thing that happened to me in like the whole month, right? So I looked at him, I'm just like, dude, this kid, I love this dude too much. Because I was like, I wanted to get mad at you, but I couldn't because the whole thing that happened was so funny, like thinking about it in my head. So I looked at the teacher and I told her what happened, the reason I was gone for 35 minutes. The reason I was gone for 35 minutes was because there was a girl, you know that girl who's like, you know, kind of like special needs. She like rolls a backpack around the school. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
She's like a really nice person, right? One time she asked me in the hallway because I was going to the bathroom, and then I was getting a drink, and she like I was the only kid in the hallway, so she asked me where the debate classroom was, right? So I showed her the way there, and this happened 3 months prior, like 3 months before this whole situation happened.
Yeah.
So I retold that story in front of her, right? She believed it.
Yeah.
And the whole class believed the story. Even Arthur believed the story. And the whole class started clapping.
I can see through anyone's bullshit.
The whole class started clapping for me.
Everybody clapped.
Everybody clapped. Everybody in the classroom clapped. Even the teacher was like kind of like surprised that I did something good. Like I helped a human out instead of making Jack laugh and like making her hate Jack for no reason.
Sounds like one of those Tumblr posts.
Exactly. It was so funny. And then I sat down and everybody's like, good job, good job, good job. And I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I'm such a shitty human being, right? And then, and then what made me want to like cry was when Arthur tapped my shoulder and he's like, dude, you did something so great today. And I was just like, oh my God, these guys really believed it. And I think you were the first. Were you the first person I told Arthur that I didn't like none of that happened?
Yeah, you told me. I think you told me right then.
I told you right then, like
and
after.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, I believe you.
Yeah, dude.
That reminds me. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. I just like what was crazy about the whole thing was, if Arthur hadn't told me, like texted me, that she called the cops, and they were looking for me, I would have walked in there and I would have got in trouble that day. Like this is where our like real like homie friendship began because he saved me that day.
Yeah.
Hey, but weren't you just like taking a shit?
No, yeah. So what happened was I actually finished my whole business in the bathroom in like 10 minutes. I walked all the way to the band lot because like all the bathrooms like full. So I walked all the way there, and we were like, you know, the band lot bathroom is like kind of far from where the classroom was, right? And one of my friends was there in the drawing 1 classroom. So I started talking to him, and you know, he was in drawing 1. So his teacher really doesn't care what he's doing with his life. So we were just kind of talking, and we got a little carried away. 30 minutes carried away. And then that's where like it all happened.
that reminds me of some experiences I had at the new school I went to senior year. Y'all know about that school.
They stole
Yeah.
you from us, bro.
Okay, like, so y'all know I may not come off as it, but I'm pretty much a goody two shoes. Like, I've like never gotten in trouble at school and
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. I believe it.
I'm just kind of a dumbass sometimes. But that reminds me, I did I ever tell you guys the story of like the first time I went to a party in the ghetto?
No.
No.
Please tell me.
Okay. So this was actually fairly recent in February. I was talking to this girl, and I won't say her name for obvious reasons because she's still my friend. But this was the first night we hung out, and obviously I'm kind of interested in her. She's interested in me, and then we hang out with her other friend who I'm close with now. So firstly, we go to a mall.
Oh,
And
Oh my God.
I probably can't speak about the activities they did there. For
Thank you for
reasons.
respecting the rules.
Yeah,
This
I mean,
is
it was
like a-
nothing.
this is a
It was
ghetto
nothing
mall.
like that. It was just like, well,
That's all right. You can just
the
keep.
feds might not like it. So
Continue.
after that, her friend was like, "Yo, one of my coworkers is having a party at her like apartment duplex type thing. I don't really know what it was.
Duplex.
But she was
No.
like, "Oh, it's over in kind of like the ghetto." And I mean, I'll text y'all where it was at, because I'm sure y'all know exactly like where this is.
hmm
And if you don't, then you just haven't lived here long enough. But
That's where my dad grew up.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it was like in like the center of that. So
Oh yes, sir,
we got
baby.
in her truck, which, mind you, it was like a pickup truck. It only sat 3 people, and she was like, "Okay, we have to go pick up 2 other people," but we already had 3 people in the car. So I was like, "How the hell is this gonna work?" But oh well. We picked up her 2 friends. I'm the only guy, and I have to engage in girl talk. I'm like, damn, this is just like my childhood all over again. Anyways, so I'm already in like kind of like a questionable mood because we're going to this place I've never been to really, except for basketball games, and like I don't know anybody. I barely know this girl I'm talking to. I obviously don't know her friends. I'm sketched the fuck out, but so she has to sit on my lap, and we all have to cram in this 3-seated car.
Mhm.
We get to the party. We have to pay $5 to get in. Keep in mind, this was my last $5 that I had, and I was the only person under 18 there. So I'm already uncomfortable as hell. This little scrawny 5'9" white boy walking into this party with like a ton of big dudes and shit. But I was just trying to play it cool in front of all these girls and stuff, and walk in. First thing I see, 2 dudes with AK-47 sitting on this couch.
What?
Dude, that's
Yeah.
how it is over there, though. Like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, how did my life get to this point? Like, last year around that time, I was sitting in my room jerking off to hentai, and now here I am at a party with dudes with AKs and shit. It's just like, talk about character development. But
That's some real character development right there.
yeah, no. I started. I was drinking apple juice, and my stomach got upset. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Apple juice.
And basically, I started. Okay, so I don't know if y'all have ever seen me, but I listen to rap music. I'll do like finger movements with my hands. They don't have any real meaning, but like when I do them fast enough, they look like gang signs.
Oh my god.
So, with my stomach upset, I wasn't thinking very clearly, right? So I started doing that in the middle of the party. And
How did
they
you
all
get out
got
of there alive?
great question. I don't know. She like got pissed at me. And she was like, no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And like I was like, oh yeah, these 2 dudes with AKs right there. I don't want to get fucking popped.
Yeah.
So basically, after that, there were other circumstances that I won't mention, but let's just say whenever my stomach gets upset, I get very, very emotional. So I started crying in this girl's arms. And she was just comforting me. She was being super sweet, but I basically just started crying outside this party, and then like cops were showing up, and I get nervous around cops. Like I'm not a person with a criminal record whatsoever, but I get nervous. And we eventually dipped. I went home, ate a hot pocket.
Character development,
then-
ladies and gentlemen.
That's a good detail.
Yeah, the next
Remember
day.
what kind of hot pocket it was?
It was just a pepperoni pizza hot pocket. It was
Okay.
good.
Classic.
Really good. So yeah.
Was this like early
Pog.
in your senior year or like Pog? Was this like early in your senior
Oh no,
year?
this was in February. This was a little bit ago. This was a few months ago.
Oh, before.
February as
Yeah.
a whole was just a fever dream. Like,
By the Snapchats you sent, it really was.
oh my god, literally my private story.
Yeah.
That's God forsaken. And then my not my now ex, like times with her were wild.
And then you
Bro.
like started posting Bible quotes because you were like, bro, what do I do with my life?
Oh yeah, literally
That was
no.
so
Like
funny.
I've had an epiphany. Like I've had like a realization, and I haven't made any effort to become a better person, but like I've had a realization.
It was just like when I
So-
saw that, I was like, damn, this dude is like, that was true character development. Not thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like this is all
no,
lining
wait.
up now.
It was really funny. A person in our like group chat, he swiped up on my story and he was like, I love the transition from your last snap to this Bible verse. And the snap before the
Yeah.
Bible verse was, well, y'all know what I post on my story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whenever I've had apple juice.
Yeah.
And
No,
it was just a weird transition.
No, but the thing is just like knowing you since 6th grade, right? And I don't know about like, because Arthur has known you longer, but I just like that transition of you from like 6th grade, junior year, like, quiet, funny dude.
Yeah.
And senior year, you just become like, you don't even become a bad person. You're just like finally like getting out of your comfort zone. I was like,
Yeah,
I was genuinely
for real.
I was genuinely proud of you. I'm like, dude, my man just finally, he stopped the hentai addiction, maybe. He's moving on.
Oh no, that hasn't stopped at all.
Oh,
That
damn.
hasn't stopped at all. Nah, like I have so many stories from going to the new school, and they're all just what the hell, They're all just like completely off the rails, weird.
Dude, speaking of
I-
story, dude, remember in middle school when we said we were gonna drop a diss track?
Yes,
And
I do.
We need to still do that. I just realized that.
Please do it. Please do it.
Yes.
Who are you gonna diss?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if dissing someone
No, not even.
like right now.
No, we should just do it
Not
at high
even a
school.
diss track. Like, we
Let's just
should
drop.
just do what?
Let's just drop it on our entire high school.
Oh, I have so much to say. Oh my god, I could spit
Please
bars.
do that.
I'm not even
I
joking.
could freestyle right. Like,
No, let's not spoil anything.
yeah, you're right.
Oh, because we finally
Gotta
found a
build
guy.
it up.
We finally found a guy who's actually like certified and can actually make like good beats. Remember?
Yeah, and like, I really wish we would have started music, but like, obviously, circumstances lately have,
Yeah.
not.
No,
been great,
Arthur.
but-
Like, if we ever actually like commit to this, which we probably will after this whole like COVID stuff is over, is actually gonna be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah. No, I believe in us because, like, low key, when I actually try and write, my stuff ain't bad. Like, my stuff is not bad at all.
I enjoy
And it's
it.
just like a development. Just got to practice and keep doing it and getting more confident with, writing lyrics and whatnot.
This is gonna be like the final phase of me and cinema, like before college starts. Do you get what I mean? 'Cause
yeah.
I don't
like,
think I don't know where you're going. I don't know. Are you going to? Or am I gonna see you for like the next 2 years, or are you gonna go to community college first? What's your?
I'm considering JUCO. I'm probably gonna go the JUCO route just because I'm gonna be honest. My grades, freshman, junior year, complete dog shit. Like senior year, I've gotten 1B. Everything else has been an A so far.
That's
But,
good.
Awesome.
Yeah, But I mean, I'll be honest. I haven't done school in a few weeks. I just haven't had the motivation to.
Yeah, Sam.
I'm sure you guys know why, but luckily my teachers are being cool about that right now, and they're understanding my situation. But I'm probably gonna go to JUCO, and then I'm probably gonna go to KU after. Oh,
Yeah, that's good.
I revealed the school. Whoops, my bad. Didn't think.
No one's gonna get that far, bro.
I hope not. Well,
If
we'll
you're,
have to
I can
get
I
my
can I can cut that part out if you're like uncomfortable. Don't worry.
No, I don't care, dude. I literally wear.
You already
hoodies
have
all
a
the time.
YouTube channel, so
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I literally do. Sub to PJ2K.
Yes, sir. Don't forget. Hey, send me the link so I can
Plus.
like link you in the description.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, God bless your soul, my man. I appreciate that.
Dude, we finally
yeah,
our
no.
first comment was from some dude who like recorded a Fortnite video that got like 70,000 views. Like the YouTube algorithm's
saw
actually
that.
it's blessing us,
Yeah.
bro.
bless.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Alright,
I was thinking about it. We kind of have a unique thing here, Leonard. I mean, I know podcast is pretty normal, but not a lot of people our age just doing it for fun, right?
Especially because we're bringing our like friends from like childhood friends and like people we know. We're not bringing in like people that we have like special guests or like professors or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen.
I
Someone do
really
this
like
stuff.
what y'all are doing.
Yeah.
I really like what y'all are doing, and like it makes me want to be on the show more. Like, I mean, y'all don't have to put me on here more if you don't want to.
I really,
No.
we should definitely have you back.
Yeah,
I
we
enjoy
should. We're
this.
definitely gonna have you back.
Liddy, I've enjoyed being on here. It's very fun, very entertaining, and plus it's nice to catch up with you too because I haven't talked to you in a little bit.
Dude, the school took you from us.
Actually-
Bro. That was so sad. Yeah, I don't think people
True,
know.
but,
We were all. So me and Cinema were in the. Should I just say homeroom? I guess homeroom works. We were in the same homeroom
Yeah,
class for like
homeroom works.
3 years, right? And
Yeah.
it was us and like the homies. And then senior year,
Mhm.
they took 2 people from us. Remember? The big Asian
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
Okay, so
Mhm.
what happened junior year was amazing, and homeroom was so much fun, right? And then senior
Yeah.
year, me and the mixed kid, you know what I'm talking about?
tennis.
Yeah, tennis. Yeah. Me and
Yeah.
and him were actually waiting for you, the other 3 guys, the guy who brings the switch, the Asian dude, and you, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you 3 didn't walk in to class.
Yeah.
And we got so worried because we heard about the rumors, like not rumors, but we heard that they were changing around the homeroom classes, right? And even though our teacher was like fighting to keep his homeroom class the same. And what happened was a week has passed by, and actually I didn't even know that you went to the other school now, right? So I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea. And so the Asian dude was like they just kidnapped him from us. Like we never saw him again in homeroom. I mean, we saw him in like the hallways and stuff, but they just took him from us. And Switchboy came back.
Yeah.
We thought he was gonna get sent to the same. Like we thought he was gonna go to the other school too, but I don't know what he did. He talked his way out of it. He's that smart guy, but it was just really depressing
Simple
because
guy.
we had so many memories in that class. I remember.
Yeah. Literally the furry quiz.
Do we take the furry quiz every year? We gonna do it senior year.
What?
Yeah. Tell them about it, Cinema.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
Lord.
so every single year, or every semester, pretty much, from freshman to the end of junior year, we would take this furry quiz on like playbuzz.com or some shit, and we would just see how we would develop. And I want to say I was like a fox furry freshman and sophomore year, and then I think I became a cat furry the beginning of junior year,
Yeah, I stayed
and
the
then a
same
mouse
for.
furry second semester.
I think I stayed the same for 2-3 years, and I changed last year
Yeah.
because we all had this like
Yeah.
all of us had this thing where we all became more extroverted and less introverted senior year. I feel like all of us, all the same people in the friend group, right? So our furry personalities, I guess, changed.
Yeah, our personas.
There we go. Our persona.
Jesus Christ. Oh,
I didn't like saying that. That made my
Yeah.
stomach ache.
are
Like,
you sure?
My
I
stomach just
think you
turned
did
a
enjoy
bit.
that.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that
I
was the
tried to
level
be a
of
furry at one point in my life.
that was the level of like our peak intellectuality. We were intellectuals back then
Yeah.
for 3 years. And
Honestly, second. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you missed it, bro. Me and Tennis Boy made it on the school TV broadcasting thingy.
Really?
You know that dream we all had? We'd all be on it. Me and him
Yeah,
finally
yeah,
made it
yeah.
on there, and you weren't there. So as like protest, what happened was they were like, Arthur, remember when they were doing the thing? I don't know if you watched it, but they were going around the school, and they would have like a little poster, and two people would like put their heads through the poster, and then you'd like compliment the person standing like right next to you. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
So what happened was I always promised like Cinema and everybody else that we'd all be in it together, right? So, and I realized Cinema wasn't there because he was at the other school. So I offered the people who were shooting the video, I was like, okay, I'll hold the poster. And I told Tennis Boy and some random kid, like I grabbed some random kid from the lunch line. I'm like, you come here. And he just started complimenting him as protest. I was like, I want to be in this, but I'll just be in the background because Cinema's not here.
Oh, thank you, brother.
I was like, dude, because we always talked about how me and Tennis Boy would become hosts, and then we'd have you on there and stuff, bro.
Yeah.
They robbed you.
I'm sorry that I failed math 2 years.
It's okay, bro.
That's the reason I was at the other school. Like, I didn't do anything except literally fail math because I'm stupid and shit.
Nah, bro, it's not
mean,
your fault.
I say this like, I mean, it kind of is my fault though. Cause
No, but the
math.
thing about it is like you've always I've always wanted to say this to you. You've always seemed like the type of kid to me that you give up kind of easy.
Yeah.
When it comes to when it
That's a little
only comes to
bit.
math. When it only comes to math. I'm not gonna say anything. Like I'm just saying math, right? I've always noticed it since
Yeah.
middle school, right? And
Yeah.
I've always wanted to tell you, but I'm like, dude, like I don't know how he's gonna feel about it. And it kind of
No,
like,
you're right. I don't know. There's just something about math.
and it kind of like bothered me a bit when you left senior year because I was like, dude, if I just like told him earlier, maybe he would have like changed himself a bit, or whatever. Because I've always offered you. I was like, there's always like brown kids sitting at the lunch table who were like always ready to help people out with math because they're like it's good practice for them too because they're all like geniuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
That
know. I guess I'm just too stubborn to like get help with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but everybody's different. You can never. Yeah. So. But damn, dude,
Yeah, I don't know.
senior year was it. Even though like you still came and hanged out with us when we were like hanging outside of school and stuff. Like that was still fun. The few times we did
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I saw that photo of us sharing the milkshake. That's like my favorite picture.
I have that on my.
Dude, Arthur loves that picture
I'm
so
gonna
much.
make that like my background. That's so
I might make that my lock screen. Honestly, it's so cute.
I was wearing my
I still
little
have the
truck
Sonic
outfit.
poster.
Dude, the Sonic. I lost my Sonic poster, dude.
Dude, what I have two. Okay, wait. I actually don't know if I should tell about my Sonic posters because it's
No, but we have to rep. We have to rep.
okay.
Because
You
remember
know
every
what?
practice ACT.
gonna-
Remember every practice ACT session afterwards we'd read. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
and that came full circle in a way. I'm gonna tell you all this, but like, I'm gonna try and word it to where it sounds better than it is. Okay, so I've hung my Sonic poster up in my room, and like it is directly across from my bed. So, like, I say I put him there so he can watch over me when I sleep, right? Well, one time, a few times actually.
He came to life.
Kind of. Let's
All
just
right,
say.
Yo,
let's, let's end it right there. all
So,
right?
right there, ladies and gentlemen. We're not a spooky podcast. No, but for real though, I need to hang up that because that whole practice ACT thing and the Sonic thing, we like what I'm talking about afterwards. That came full circle when
Yeah.
we all hung out to watch the Sonic movie. Like 20 of us. Did you see that
Yes.
on our Snapchat stories, Arthur? We had all of us had a
Yeah.
movie on the Sonic movie night. All of us had a movie theater to ourselves,
I remember that.
and
yeah.
it was like
Oh, it was so great.
it was funny because it was like freezing that night, so nobody wanted to go to the movie theater, and all of us were like, because we had a snow day that day, and all of us were just like, dude, let's go watch the Sonic movie.
Yeah.
And everybody, we all had the movie theater to ourselves, and then there was just like this Mr. like what's that They all taking off their shirts and like flexing their muscles in the back of the movie theater.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like, but it was
so
really
weird.
fun. It was a good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah, no, I had a great time that night. Y'all paid for me though, and I felt so bad.
Dude, I was mad. I
Like-
was just like, bro, you're trying to just dip when we're about to watch like the holy movie.
Yeah, like literally, I felt so upset. Like I was like, I'm not gonna have these people pay for me. I'll just like leg it home. But it was
Yeah.
like 10 degrees outside. So
Dude, that whole movie was the build up to like homeroom, dude.
yeah, literally, it was so fitting and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Arthur,
like,
you're
I really
probably
hope they
like
make it-
confused about what we're talking about a little bit. So like when we hang out, we'll talk about it next time. But you'll understand why the Sonic movie is so holy to us. It's such a.
Yeah, literally, Sonic the Hedgehog as a whole.
Remember the ending? Well, let's just spoil the ending part. Remember when like they showed
Yeah.
Tails and we all went crazy in the movie theater?
Oh yeah, I still have that video. It's so funny.
Dude, they showed so basically like
Sweet Tail?
they showed Tails like as
Yeah.
like for the second part of the movie. They showed Tails at like the second end credit scene, and then you just hear a bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds, 17-year-olds just like howling in the back of the movie theater.
Yeah, no, we went fucking ape shit about
Yeah.
it. It was
That was so
great.
hype. And the scene where like Sonic went like
Yeah.
Super Saiyan. Did you just see me like having like a?
Oh, yeah.
I was like spazzing in the back, bro. I was.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude!
It
Memories,
was
bro.
great. I miss it. I can't believe that was 2 months ago. It feels so much longer.
Yeah, it was right before all this stuff happened.
Literally, though, like, oh my gosh. I blame that movie for my life going in the weirdest direction. Like, my life was already in the weirdest direction at that point, but it just got so much
True.
weirder after
Life
that.
just took a weird turn.
Oh my god, I have so many stories after that night that
I think
I
we've
probably
hit.
shouldn't talk about.
Yeah, we've got like 4 minutes, so we should just start wrapping things up, I guess.
Yes, you should. You don't want kids, so.
No, but for real, we're gonna. Oh my
That
god.
took me a second.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, but for real, thank you for
Sorry.
being on here, Cinema, so much.
Thank
We're
you
gonna
for
have you
having
again.
me.
Yeah, we're
got-
definitely
Oh,
gonna have you
please.
again.
Literally, I do nothing, so like I'm available pretty much anytime you need me. Like literally.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even joking. If we ever if a guest ever cancels on us, you'll be like our second option.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
And we'll just
I
have
got
more
called.
for you specifically.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna.
Thanks, brother.
I think the video will be out. Probably Sunday. Or Saturday,
Someday.
whatever
This
day.
video?
This video.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for being on, dude. It means a lot. Thank you for discussing
Thank
the
you for
memories
having me.
and unlocking some memories I forgot.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, guys. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Arthur, take it away.
Overall,
Oh wait,
All right,
wait, no,
this
wait.
is-
Cinema's not done. Cinema, continue.
oh, I was just gonna say thank you guys for having me. It was really good to catch up with you two and talk to you two again because it's been way too long.
Dude, yeah, for
You
sure.
too, Cinema.
All right, Arthur, take it away.
What does take it away mean?
Just end it.
Does it mean
just,
I
end,
just leave?
just end the podcast with a good note.
Monkey.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget 15 subscribers and we give away Monkey's card. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.